side. Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. The New York Knicks come into this one after a win against the Dallas Mavericks. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all there. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And New York, looking at what they've got. We've got Miles Turner. Ingram is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's the captain, and it's Butler at the 2 guard. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. Smitty, we're going to watch some exceptional forward play tonight. Makes me think of some of the great front courts in the history of this terrific league.
Yeah, you had Bird, Parrish, Kevin McHale, Duncan, Robinson, Kareem, and Worthy. I also throw in Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley. They were a tough matchup. When you have two guys that play the 4 or 5 and play well off each other, they can be a nightmare.
That time, that part of the league, they were terrific.
So true.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head coach of the Pelicans. He said the focus defensively is going to be making things difficult inside. He wants to get them off the three-point line and make them take as many mid-range shots as possible. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And so here is New Orleans after the miss from Chapman. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Clavel's got his first points in this one. Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Cousins, no good.
I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with him.
This is it to Clavel. Knocks it loose. And they're moving it up. Here's Butler. Drops in the breakaway layup.
When Butler is locked in on a defensive end, his defensive instincts are awesome.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Free throw good from Chapman. Good on both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
They get a hand on it. The kick outside to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Chapman, that's good. Chapman's got 6.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
Well, he has the ability to get you off on the right foot. Now it's just about sustaining it.
Again, New Orleans turns it over. Since the All-Star break, this group has been on fire. Here are the field goal percentage leaders for the season's second half. Second, Miles Turner. In the third spot, Trae Young.
What a shooting exhibition it's been for these two players during that stretch. I mean, nearly automatic for both.
Pass to Butler. Right wing. Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Fader on the way, and the Knicks good for 2.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Chapman, the pass to Ingram. Here's Butler. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and that one they showed neither.
Also, they were late with their rotations. For most of the evening, gave up a lot of easy points.
Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. From 10 feet out. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Randall, and it's sent back by Turner. Pass to Ingram. Here's Chapman. Needs to get off a shot, and Cousins throws it down.
Owning that area around the rim, something DeMarcus has done as far back as we can remember.
Pelicans trail by 8. Randall kicks to Fox. Cousins against Davis. Softly touched in the 40. Davis has got his second basket.
There you have it. AD has worked on developing this floater, so not everything has to be taken to the rack.
Chapman, the pass to Butler. The pass to Chapman. Back to Butler. Lavelle grabs the rebound. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Butler.
The quickness of Jimmy Butler is the reason why he got that bucket.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
And free throw good from Butler.
What I like about Jimmy Butler, he excels on both ends of the floor.
He hits both from the stripe.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character. Has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Shoots. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Butler's got 6 points.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
In the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Chapman. He's coming off a 40-point game against Dallas.
Yeah, but I thought the shot blocking was the real story. I mean, he was just everywhere. It got hard to keep track of all his rejections.
Here's Chapman. Over 5. Chapman's shot is off.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
They get it again. Davis, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
It's not just the size of AD, it's the quickness. Allows him to beat defenders in traffic, forcing fouls.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And as we see Anthony Davis step into what could be the best years of his career, Smitty, who does he remind you of?
You know, a lot like Kevin Garnett in his prime. the way he can impact both sides of the floor. He's cagey with the three-point shot, and he also has a little bit of Hakeem Olajuwon in.
And both free throws good for Davis. More and more, Steve, the NBA becoming about two-way players. Who are some of your favorites that fit that mold?
I think option number one is LeBron James. He does an excellent job, and obviously because of the load he's been carrying, it's been more, I would say, sided offensively, but he's capable. Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul, Draymond Green doesn't score much on the offensive end, but you know he does a lot of things as far as passing the basketball, setting screens. So some of those guys, and Kevin Durant lately has become one of those guys that you can count on blocking shots.
Love all those examples. And New York making a change here. Knox is checked in. Pelicans trail by 8. Now, here's Fox. A 32-point game for him in the win against Portland.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
And so here is New York following this shot by De'Aaron Fox. Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Chapman's shot is off.
How many times have you seen him do that? Losing focus on a simple lay-in.
Hamilton outside. Fox with it. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. That one dropped for a second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And the experience that Fox is garnering. This is a guy who is used to having hands in his face, but it doesn't seem to affect him in the slightest.
Davis against Cousins. Davis with the bucket.
Boy, he reads the defense well. Makes a nice adjustment. Very dependable.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Yeah, you need to refocus now. Momentum is running against you.
And from what I'm seeing, there's too many unfavorable matchups out there on the floor.
There's a check in for New Orleans. Quinn Cook comes in for De'Aaron Fox. The Knicks also changing it up. Hardaway comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Young is subbed in for Butler. Left side, Hardaway.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Well, the first thought for the D was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Chapman the pass to Knox. Here's Chapman. 10 points for him. They could use a bucket. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Chapman's got 12 points in the game.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
To the wing right side. Turner against Hamilton. Outside for Batum. But they recover it. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Here's Chapman. Sinks the three-pointer. 15 points in the game.
I like what he's given them tonight. Efficient offense that's helped fuel this lead.
Cook kicks to Davis. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. And so here is New Orleans. It's a three-point game. Shot clock at 2. Batum with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Chapman, defended by Batum. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw good from Chapman. Steve, when you look back at your career, which years do you remember playing your best brand of basketball?
You know, I think obviously when you're younger, you feel like you have more of an impact with your skill level to go along with your athleticism. I think my best run was about a 5 or 6 year run when I was playing with the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trailblazers. Those two teams, I think I had my best run.
Now here is Hamilton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Davis kicks to Batum. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. The Knicks leading by 5. Young passes to Chapman. Young outside. Passes to Chapman. Shoots over Batum. And the shot is long.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Unloads from 13. Rebounded by Knox.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
Here's Chapman, defended by Batum. That's tipped. Harris, right side. Batum wide open. He fired. No good off the back of the rim.
To me, there's a fine line between being aggressive and just flat out forcing it. His inability to make shots right now is sinking the ship.
To the paint. Deflects the pass. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Young outside. Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Trailing here by 8. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Just too many miscues here in the early going.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Young passes to Chapman. And that one, good. Chapman's got 19 points.
Extending the lead, this has been a great year for him offensively.
Here is Cook, defended by Young. Pass to Davis. Will it go? No good on that one. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Knicks lead by 10. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Marquee matchup tonight. Jimmy Butler says he loves to go up against the best.
I'm one that if you're the best in the world, I want to see it. And I wake up for these games. I want to know how do you do it, and you're going to have to do it every night when you go up against me.
That's the hard-working mentality. So New York ends up going with the new group. New York's gotten out from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. On the court for the Knicks, They've got Ingram, the captain out there, Jimmy Butler. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Hardaway in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Ingram. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. Nails the baby hook.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
You know what they've done? They've been aggressive on both ends. That's showing up on the scoreboard.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, the captain in the last game against the Mavericks lit up the floor. He scored 40 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. And we'll see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks, David, for another reminder of just what an unbelievable performance that was.
One that everyone's still talking about tonight. He dominated that game in just about every way possible.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us tonight. Maybe he tops himself again. I think he just might do it.
Here's Knox. He's coming off a 25-point game against Portland.
You know what? I also like how he attacked the glass. Gave a terrific effort in that department.
That one drops for him.
Big difference from the first quarter to the second. His shot looks completely in rhythm now.
Here's Chapman, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, guys, we had to take flight to get to this game tonight, but here's a guy who simply takes flight and flies at will on the basketball court. I mean, it's pretty surreal to watch a guy who can elevate to that level.
Here's Knox. 6 points for him. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The Knicks haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. That free throw good from Chapman. And for critical calls, we've seen video review used over the last few seasons. Would you like to, Steve, see more or less of that going forward?
I would say less, and the reason why I think it's taken away from the game, the flow of the game, the momentum. I would love to see, kind of like football, we go to a challenge system down the stretch, whether it's 1 or 2 challenges a half, and then after that, if you run out of challenges, you just got to go with what the referee calls. Some plays I would love to see reviewable, like whether you stepped on the line, out of bounds, or 2 or 3 for 3-pointers, or goaltending. Other than that, I would love to go to a challenge system.
Excellent idea. There's the feed to Butler. It's stolen by Davis. A pass to Fox. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Fox has got 6.
And how about the mid-range shooting of Fox? Definitely capable of sinking those shots with consistency.
Here's Chapman. 24 points for him. Just 5 on the clock. And he makes good on the layup. Chapman's got 26 points.
Man, they just keep coming at you. Can they sustain this level of energy for the rest of the night?
Well, as they fuel this lead, looks like the guys are feeding off the success. That keeps them going.
And that one's good by Davis.
What a polished move by one of the best bigs in the game. Anthony Davis is just showing off.
Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Out to Hardaway. Takes a 3. New York working now with the fresh shot clock. Here's Chapman. There's the pass to Cousins. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Davis.
Cousins is clever. The defender has to do a better job of beating his man to the spot and maintaining position.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And Cousins drops them both.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
And here is Fox. He's got 6. There's 1:54 left to play in the first half. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Randall dishes to Fox. Passes it to Knox. From outside, off the mark. New York's got 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. That shot is off. And New Orleans will come the other way, fresh from a win against Portland.
And they definitely kept their eyes on the prize, put on a real entertaining comeback, and that's a feel-good game when you can win like that.
Now here is Davis. 10 points for him.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. 58 seconds left in the first half. Well, for New Orleans, shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Fox kicks to Batum. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Indiana Pacers.
You know, most teams might get worried at a long road schedule like this one, but they've been so good away from home. I think they might be looking forward to it. You have to respect what this team can do when they're in your building.
Batum for 3.
And really, Ingram is as complete a player as they come. Not only awesome on offense, but just spectacular on D as well.
And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for New York. Here's Chapman. 27 points for him. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Fox has got 4 rebounds in this game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
That's next level stuff from AD. One of the great scorers in the game. He draws the eyes of the defense and locates the open man.
Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Shot from 12. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
A thrilling way to finish this one.
And so it's New York going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. They've been playing some...
Yep.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
We've got Fox. Julius Randle is out there with Davis. And it's Clavel in at the shooting guard position. That's the Pelicans' 5. Now Fox. Here's Davis trying to get open as Randle. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And 12 points for Anthony Davis.
Just a good, solid shot from mid-range. Davis understands that simple is more important than sizzle.
Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Chapman the pass to Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
And at 6'9", Ingram is constantly on the prowl for these dunks. An incredible athlete who just finishes with ease near the hoop.
Here's Clavel, defended by Butler. Pass to Davis, and another steal for him.
And you got to be careful around him.
Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far.
What's crazy about AD as a shot blocker, he can block your shot at all three levels.
The kick outside to Butler. Just 4 to shoot. Down low.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you want to hear from a fan's perspective.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
For New York, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Chapman, that's good.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Here's Davis. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got assist number 5 here tonight.
A solid beginning to this second half offensively. 3 for 4 from the floor.
Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Chapman the pass to Cousins. And now Davis pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Yeah, Fox is a dependable defender, always active, and he's really smart in terms of his anticipation and using those hands to come up with steals.
Here's Chapman. He is defended by Randall. Here's Chapman. 33 points for him. Turner, he drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Turner's got his first points of the game.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
And slam dunk by Butler.
Love the eye contact by Jimmy Butler and his teammate before he rolls up for that alley-oop.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hazard.
And this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Knicks have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. From the low block. And again, it's New York.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
Kicks it to Davis. Back to Fox. That's in there. Davis with the assist. That's 10 points for De'Aaron Fox.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here's Chapman, guarded by Fox. Here's Chapman. He has 35. Here's Cousins. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Cousins. He's getting around 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
You know what? It's part effort, part instincts. You see teams trying to keep a body or 2 on him, but that's easier said than done.
Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific a quotation of players-only meeting, there's a lot of things that are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches and general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive rules have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Pass to Chapman. That 3 off the mark.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting 1 in the first.
Great open look there. Davis has got 8 here in the quarter.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
Here's Chapman. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Chapman's got 37.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
To the wing right side. Here's Jacobson. Off target from outside.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Cousins, no one around him. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Not going to go that time. Good defensive work there by Young. Knicks have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. And there it is for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Jacobson defended by Chapman.
Wow, he had it at point blank range, but the defense was all over him.
To the paint. And Davis saves it back. And he recovers it. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. That's going to send Miles Turner to the line. That one on Davis. And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick and pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has
a bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Chapman. Steve, do you think the NBA is heading to a place where ideal lineups will have 5 capable playmakers on the floor, like a more of a positionless game?
Yeah, I think so, Kevin. I think right now teams are trying to find a guy that's 6'7", 6'8", that defensively can play, guys that are larger, and then on offensive end, somewhat a la Draymond Green, can run point guard for you. So I think right now that's the size and skill set people are looking forward to.
Wait a minute, you just described yourself.
The only difference was we had guys that were 7'2", 7'3", 350. So I had to play the guard position.
And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got McCaw. He's out there with the captain. And it's McClung in at the 3 spot. That's good from Chapman. New Orleans has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Morrison. He's guarded by Chapman. Here's Knox. Drains it from beyond the arc.
the defense disrespected his range. He goes ahead and buries it.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Julius Randle picks one up.
We've watched Cousins for a while. I love the way he plays with emotion, but it has to be under control.
And he's good on the second. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Knox. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. They'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Washington Wizards. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that game against the Thunder, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with a victory.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
I don't get it. He was so efficient in the first half, 0 turnovers. But since the break, he's been a disaster.
Here's Morrison. Tipped away. Here's Randle. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
When you look around the NBA, are there any small issues you think could grow into bigger issues, Steve, going forward?
Well, I think the one issue right now is what are teams doing at the end of the year versus trying to stay competitive and win games or trying to look possibly down in the NBA draft lottery.
Right.
I think that's one of those problems that we have to address. I think also small markets, I don't think that's much of a problem if you have organization in the forefront. Winning is in the forefront. I don't think whether it's small market or big market, guys do look at that as far as endorsements, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
And here they come. Here's Cousins. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And that one falls for Cousins. That one misses. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
This is what your spacing is designed to do. Find cracks in the defense.
Here's Chapman. He kicks to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
DeMarcus has a deep arsenal. If you've got somebody that's going good, give him free reign. Let him run.
The Pelicans have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Here's Chapman out to the right wing. Here's McLeod, and there's another one for the Knicks.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Here's Morrison. Randle surveying the D. Morrison can't hit.
How is it possible? Wide open too.
New York moving it around. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The NBA is so financially stable right now, Steve. What's it been like watching this growth for the league overall?
You know, I've loved it because I think the partnership has been phenomenal. The league is growing both for players and also organization. They've done a nice job of getting a chance to hammer out some of these issues to making it worthwhile financially for the league and also financially for the players.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. To the middle. And the rejection by Cousins.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game.
Here's Morrison out of bounds. New York takes possession. Next ball. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Here's Chapman. Feeds it to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
McDaniels kicks to Randall. To the left side wing. Pocket 6. Here's Morrison. No good, unable to end this run.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Cloud passes to Cousins. Here's Chapman. Down low. Over to the left wing. McLeod trains the three-pointer. There's only the Basketball Hall of Fame that is shared among all basketball organizations, Steve. Do you think there should be an NBA Hall of Fame?
You know, Kevin, I do. I mean, I love the way we've done it, and obviously it's been successful. But, you know, the Basketball Hall of Fame is your entire body of work. And I think sometimes we don't understand that that's from high school, college level into the NBA. Whereas, you know, there's some guys are making it because of that, and there's some guys getting slighted because of that. So I do think one day we should just have the NBA Hall of Fame, just like the NFL.
New Orleans has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Here's Knox. And there's the pass to Morrison. Got it. Good job in the low post.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Lets a floater go. Rebounded by Knox. Knox has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Harris looking it over. Here's Knox. Back to Harris. This one for 3. It's rebounded by New York.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
McCaw, the pass to Chapman. When you look at today's NBA salaries, Steve, do you feel the responsibility to learn financial management falls mostly on the players, or should the league do even more to help them find out about what they're going to do with all this money?
You know, I think it's the responsibility of both. I think the Players Association, also the NBA, and I think organizations as well. I think you look at it, we're all involved to get a chance to help these youngsters. It's not easy for a 19-year-old, 20-year-old to become a millionaire overnight. That's just not something that you're used to, and handling that, it has been a problem for some players in the past.
Pass to McCaw. Here's Chapman, guarded by Harris. Chapman, the pass to McCaw. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Here's Gallagher. And the Knicks miss again. New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
We've got 1:28 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Chapman. And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Chapman. Here is Cook.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Knicks.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And the one thing that stood out about these guys all season long, their resiliency to come out and play hard and win games. We've watched some epic battles that they've played, and tonight will mark their 64th win in the year. Something else.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the captain.
Shooting 2.
Oh, his array of talents on full display. Picks up a triple-double. Really takes ownership of this game. I thought that made the difference.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
AI, there you go.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet.
Hi, this is Shaq. I liked your Russell Westbrook impersonation tonight. When did you first realize that you were getting close to that triple-double?
Oh, man, I think I still got a long ways to go before I reach that Westbrook level. But as far as getting close to it tonight, I didn't even realize that was the case. You know, one of my teammates had to tell me it's a nice benchmark to reach, but it's just a side quest, man. Like, our main quest is just getting wins. And I was definitely happy to be able to contribute to the team tonight.
Great job.
Thank you.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaq, for Kenny, for Kevin Harlan, for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Thanks, man. See you.